Hello guys and welcome to today's daily puzzle light signals heavy ending. Let's get right to it. So what do I see? Well, I see a king on the back rank and a rook of ours that can easily give a check. On top of that, we obviously have our bishop that also has two ways of giving a check. So let's explore all those possibilities. First of all, we have the rook to the back rank check, which seemingly would be checkmate as the king has no escapes, but luckily for them, they have their own rook that can interpose and completely counter that attack. Sure, theoretically we could follow up with a check from the bishop over here, which would then force the king to take or move over, after which our rook can safely take theirs. But that's not really that good, because even if we were to do all of that, we do have something better. Because when we look at our bishop over here, as I just mentioned, it could go over here, but once again, their rook counters that. But the other side, on the other hand, is pretty strong, because it forces the king to take. Because if they don't take, well, then simply we win this rook, whilst also attacking the other rook, gaining us not only some point advantage, but also a massive tempo advantage. Now, what other options do they have? Well, if they, let's say, don't take, they could obviously slide over. Then we give the check, they slide over again, or even take the bishop. So that wouldn't be good. But once this bishop no longer is here, that does mean that we do have the option to connect our two rooks, which in turn is very strong, especially with the king completely trapped in its back rank or even corner. So let's start off with the bishop, as that seems to be our best move. And indeed they do take. Now it is very tempting to say let's take with this rook and connect both rooks, but it's actually better to take with this one. Why? Well, if we take with this rook, then they can simply slide back and we no longer have any way, at least in a minimal amount of moves, to go for a ladder mate, because if we were to move the other rook back, then the king can simply take the one that no longer is being protected. So instead, we are going to use this rook and actually take the pawn under cover of our other rook, forcing the king backwards, after which we can once again move one of the rooks while still being covered, and when the king is forced to move back, we can bring in the other rook and actually deliver the checkmate. So that's going to be exactly what we're going to do, like so, giving the check, forcing the king to move back, giving the other check, and then finally checkmate. There we go. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.